guys, I'm Sylvie. Today I'm doing a review and demo of the classic Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This comes in 55 shades. It claims to be a flawless natural matte finish with buildable to full coverage. This currently retails for $64 Canadian. In Sephora, it's a little bit more. It's about $66. I did a lot of research to find the perfect shade for my light medium olive skin tone, and the closest match that I got was 3W 1.5 Fawn. This is the shade right here, and I feel like this is a really close match to my skin tone. Let's go ahead and give you some swatches and comparisons. This is the Estee Lauder 3W 1.5. This is Dior Face and Body in 3W Olive. This is Armani Luminous Silk in the shade 6. This is Maybelline Fit Me in 228 Soft Tan. And this is MAC Face and Body in C3. Funny enough, now that I compare this to my other shades, it definitely seems the most neutral or cool. And so I'm sort of kicking myself now because I just went online and compared this shade, the 3W 1.5, to the 3W2 Cashew, and that one is definitely more warm olive. It's too late for me to return this or exchange it because it's been sitting in my kit for so long. So I'll just have to wait to get the other shade when I run out of this. So all that aside, let's go try this foundation on. I have very dry skin, so currently my skin is just prepped with a really hydrating moisturizer and a light layer of facial oil. I just use almond oil today. This is how I always prep for matte foundations. Don't forget to shake the bottle. It's gonna be the old school bottle. It doesn't have a pump. You can buy a pump with it, but otherwise you're just gonna have to depot it. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand. It's clearly hard to get, only a little bit. I'm grabbing some on a flat foundation brush, and I'm gonna do a thin layer. I think it's gonna match my neck really well. So just gonna do a very thin layer. I love using an old school paddle foundation brush because you underestimate how quickly and evenly it blends the foundation out. Like, that looks flawless right now. But as I always do, I'm gonna press it in with a sponge to make sure that there's no streakiness or brush marks in the forehead. So this is half my face done. I'm always stunned by how workable this foundation is for something that's supposed to be full coverage and matte. Of course, I prep my skin with oil and I've got a bright light on my face, so this looks very, very glowy. I'm gonna do the other half of my face. So here's my whole face with a sheer layer that was very easy to blend. I was able to build up a sheer layer that gave me still very good coverage, but it doesn't look cakey or makeup-y at all. Now I'm gonna go ahead and build up a second layer. So that's the second layer compared to the other side, which still has the one layer. It's incredible that it still doesn't look makeup-y or cakey. I can definitely feel it drying down, like I can feel the matteness coming through. I'm gonna do the other side with a sponge just to see the difference. So even as I'm blending this out, I noticed that I was able to build up coverage much quicker and it blended out more evenly and more flawlessly. Wow, so there's a huge difference. I 100% prefer the sponge side. It's so much more flawless than this side. I'm just gonna take a little bit and even that out. Yeah, that's already way better. So this is a beautiful medium coverage to me, and this is my preferred coverage with this foundation, but I'm gonna go ahead and build it up to full coverage for you guys. I'm gonna do the final layer completely with a sponge. So I'm definitely glad that I prep with an oil over my moisturizer because I can really feel the drying down of this foundation. So I think that if you have very, very dry skin, you have to prep your skin really, really well, or it's gonna feel a little bit uncomfortable. Given that this is supposed to be a full coverage, matte, long-wearing foundation, I am stunned by how flawless this looks on the skin. Currently, I have a little bit of texture on my skin, but what I notice is that this is one of those foundations that actually improve the appearance of my skin, and I feel that my texture looks more minimized. It's very smooth, very even. I have 3 layers of this foundation on my face, and it still doesn't look cakey and makeup-y. As for wear time, I have worn this before and it totally lives up to the claims. It will last you till the dead of night and your skin will still look this flawless by the end of the night. So I'm gonna go finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll be back to give you my final thoughts. Okay, so that is the makeup done. I can't believe that this is a full coverage matte foundation on my face. So I have to mention one issue that I ran into, and that is the NYX Bare With Me Serum Concealer that I initially went to conceal with. The serum base did not mix well with this foundation and it started to sort of separate and go patchy. So unfortunately, especially on my forehead, it started to go a little bit uneven and not as nice as I would like it to look. So then I went ahead with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer on top, which is much creamier, and that one blended out way better. So I'll show you the patchiness that I'm talking about here on the forehead. I do not like how that looks. I've used this foundation before with tons of other concealers and that has never happened. Other than that, everything else blended out amazingly on top of this foundation. I used a cream base for my blush. I used powder bronzer, powder blush, and I only powdered in the center of my face. But the rest of my face looks so even and so smooth. Some makeup artists that I follow use this foundation in their kit and I can always tell when they've used this on a model because the skin just always looks so blurred and beautiful. If you have oily skin, you're gonna love this foundation. If you have combo to drier skin and you prep accordingly, it's gonna work out amazingly for you as well. There's one other matte foundation that I love deeply, and that is the Dior Backstage Face and Body, which unfortunately has been reformulated, so I don't know if it has the same finish. I heard it's supposed to be a little bit more on the glowy side. That one had a beautifully filtered matte finish, but it was on the lighter weight side. This foundation to me is like a fuller coverage version of that one, the original one, of course. They're both perfect for bridal and both so long lasting. I don't really enjoy full coverage matte foundations, but I thoroughly enjoyed this one. And this is gonna go on my holy grail list. I can confidently say that this is my second favorite matte foundation. The first one being the original Dior Face and Body, just because I prefer a lighter weight finish. I love how versatile this one is because you can go from sheer to full coverage. So yes, this foundation is definitely worth the hype and I get why makeup artists have this one in their kit. If you guys enjoyed this foundation review, let me know down below in the comments what other foundations you would like me to review. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you again next time. Bye!